Okay, so this is another video on making hash potatoes with a leftover baked potato. So I used about 2 small to medium sized baked potatoes and some green onions and banana peppers from the garden. So it's not going to be too spicy, but I am going to add a little cayenne pepper to it, the white pepper, and the garlic, salt, and onion I might add to this. I'm going to make some refried beans. Probably put a little cheese on top of that. I'm using Goya traditional vegan refried beans. And I think I'm going to make a little bit of this HEB chopped ham with 37% less sodium. And chop some of that up. This is basically Spam to go in the hash. Okay, so here's kind of how I like to do my refried beans. I have about 1/2 cup of the refried beans with white pepper, black pepper, minced garlic, a little bit of avocado oil, and I like to put a few tablespoons of water in there to help it all kind of saute together. And I'll show you how that turns out. Okay, so I've sauteed the chopped ham, otherwise known as Spam, and I've sauteed that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add the potatoes to that. And I started my refried beans. They go pretty fast. I went ahead and decided to add the rest of the can, and there will be leftover refried beans, and I'll show you that. So anyway, I'm going to add the potatoes. Okay, so these have been sauteing for a while. I added the banana pepper, green onion, and salt and pepper, of course, cayenne pepper. I did not add the garlic and the onion powder to this. It doesn't need it. If I had some Tony Chachere's, I would add. But it's time to start stirring, and I'll show you that in a minute. And this is sort of how the refried beans have turned out. So I'll kind of just put them on the back burner, and while I cook a couple of eggs to go with my hash. Okay, so it's time to start stirring the hash. And you want to get a good stir. I like to use a nice big flat spatula, plastic of course. You can see the hash is starting to brown. And one of the reasons I've been experimenting with baked potatoes is that they're already cooked, but you can still sort of keep that potato shape to some degree. So I'm going to stir this a bit, let it sit, simmer for some more. And it's not done yet, but it will be soon. I'm going to get a couple of eggs going, and we'll let this simmer down now. Let it simmer down now. Okay, so I got my eggs going over here. You can see the refried beans in the background. I'm not going to put any real salt on my eggs because there's so much salt in the hash, but I'll put a little pepper on them. You can see I broke one of the yolks accidentally, but that's okay. It'll still come out good. So there's the eggs. Okay, going to stir the hash a little bit more. You want to be gentle with it. You don't want to break all the potatoes up. Just flip. I like to go from the edges, kind of go to the middle, flip. Starting to get to my desired brownness. Okay. Okay, so it's time to flip the eggs. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if there's still a yolk intact like this one is, try to get under it. Flip it over. There you go. Perfect flip. I'll just let that go for a short time here. They're pretty much done. And let's see, get the refried beans going. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the eggs off because the residual heat will help cook them the desired amount there. And my hash is almost done, so let me serve it up and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. My food challenge for this morning: 2 eggs, refried beans, a little bit of cheese, and the hash with the Spam over here. Imitation Spam, 37% less sodium. And I don't know if I can eat all this, but I've been eating a little bit less. Anyway, let's see what it tastes like. I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm Michael Wilson Barber. We're not sponsored by John Deere. We are sponsored by Skookum Merch. It's my t-shirt company. So, I didn't succeed this morning. I have leftovers. So I'll have to eat this some other morning or some other time, maybe for dinner. But it was really good. I like using the baked potatoes for making hash because they're already cooked and they saute really well. I just couldn't do it. It's just too many calories. I don't know how many calories I ate, maybe 400 or so, but I just can't do it. If I were to, I could finish it, but I would really be stuffing myself. But I feel full now, and you know what they always say, when you feel full, time to push the plate away. So I had to push the plate away. So anyway, I hope you like this video. The refried beans were a good addition to a Texas hash and eggs breakfast, and the Spam, the HEB chopped ham, really good. It doesn't need all the sodium. 37% less sodium is fine. So, as Bob Ross says, God bless. Goodbye.